Welcome to another installment of Tag Me In, where the triple threat Triforce of the IWC goes over the good, the bad, and everything in between in the world of professional wrestling. I, of course, am the unofficially official Lip Dizzle, joined with none other than the less than stealthy unicorn himself, Mr. He Broke My Nose Too, Scoot Dupree.
It's Scoot Dupree.
And of course, you know him. We love to hate him sometimes, but the man who kicked open the tag forbidden door and left that bitch wide open, mainly because we can't put it back because the hinge is knocked off and we don't want to pay to fix it.
Nope.
It's because I'm the juggernaut. That's the reason why.
He's the juggernaut, bitch.
For reasons. I mean, in here.
Of course, and for obvious reasons, the self-proclaimed predictions champion is not here because
he's making content right now.
Nah, fuck that. He thought he was too good to be here because he let this championship go to his head. But it's okay because I'm back. And that championship is gonna find a new familiar home. So I'm not gonna tell who that person is gonna be or where that home will be, but I think we all know. So yeah. And you know what, Scoot? I'm actually glad that you put that name there for you, because our favorite Hall of Fame Mount Hushmore resident is, I'm definitely gonna talk about him today.
I mean, we gotta do what we gotta do, man. You know.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that I guess, well, you see the name of this episode. Fuck it. We talking about it. I guess first up, and probably the biggest thing that's been plaguing the IWC for the past couple of weeks, Sasha Banks, Naomi. If you're under a rock and don't know what happened,
you should know.
It was announced during Raw. It was going to be a 6-pack challenge. Sasha versus Naomi versus Doudrop versus Nikki ASH versus Becky versus Asuka. Winner goes against Bianca at Hell in a Cell. During the show, because I was watching Raw live, during the show, about around hour 2, all of these reports came out. Sasha and Naomi walked out. They reportedly walked in the Laurinaitis' office, laid down the tag titles, deuces. From that, they had to alter the main event to Becky versus Asuka. Like, they couldn't have a fatal 4-way. It's just Becky versus Asuka. There's been mad think pieces, mad debates about it. Since then, Sasha and Naomi have been indefinitely suspended. WWE has made these statements. They even announced on SmackDown last week that they're going to hold a women's tag team title tournament for the new champs, which is only like 2 teams, but okay. So you're going to hear our thoughts and feelings. And if you watched my Fuck It, I'm Saying It, I gave you some of my thoughts and feelings. Now I can give you a more updated version of my thoughts and feelings since it's been about 2 weeks now. I don't know if y'all want to go first or want me to take it first, but I'm still in the same boat.
I mean, I feel like with this situation, we're gonna probably bounce back and forth a lot, but I'll go ahead and I'll serve. Look, first and foremost, the whole unprofessionalism thing. I would be okay with people saying this had it not been one-sided, because anytime somebody says unprofessional, they always talk about what Sasha and Naomi did to said company.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody talks about what said company could have possibly done to them. So,
And
and
and that's been the biggest thing that's been plaguing me with this whole thing.
mhm,
This is the first time in a long time that I can truly remember that WWE jumped in front of their own scandal.
yeah,
And since then, we've only heard one side. The problem is, we've only heard this one side. It's been about 2 weeks now. And by the time we hear the other side, we've already got our preconceived notions about the situation.
true.
Mm-hmm.
And that's been one of the issues that I've had with it, because it made no sense to me, because I've been on the receiving end of a company being unprofessional to me, and I've been the type of person to walk out. Case in point, um, small story. I used to work at Home Depot a long time ago. They didn't pay my check. I didn't get a check for a whole month, and I had brought it up 3 times. By the fourth week, I talked to HR, talked to this person, talked to that person, finally talked to the main manager. Told him I'm not working another day until I get my money. And I left for lunch and I didn't go back. 3 days later, they had my check for me, and then I quit, because to me, that's unprofessional. It's like I get paid by a certain time, I should get that paycheck when I'm supposed to get paid, especially if I'm working said hours. So I say that to say that for Sasha and Naomi, they shouldn't jump the gun and say, hey, this person's unprofessional. I'd be perfectly fine if somebody was speculating from the outside in, from looking from the outside in and saying, hey, this is unprofessional, because that's their opinion. But when the company that employs them states that they're unprofessional without giving any context outside of the narrative that they want to drive, that sends a red flag up in the air for me automatically. And that's why I have a gripe again with Booker T, because even though he kind of backpedaled and stated, yeah, we're only hearing one side, I want to wait, he still voiced his opinion. He still stated, yeah, I understand that this can happen, but that's unprofessional. Booker T will always be a shield for WWE to me, because he's on that Legends contract, I'm sure, and because he's still being paid for appearances here and there. And anytime he talks about something, he'll try to stay neutral, but at the end of the day, he still favors WWE's side on everything, because he finds a way to save face for WWE. And I understand that aspect. But for me, if I was in that position, I would just shut the fuck up, period. Because especially in turn, like if you want to talk about AEW, cool. You want to talk about New Japan, cool. Impact, so on and so forth. But when in terms of WWE stuff, I think you should just be quiet on it, because it's always going to come from a biased mindset when I watch it. And that's why I can't take him seriously. And that's why I get more mad at him, because again, look, I'll shit on Book a ton of times, but that doesn't mean I have less respect for him. That doesn't mean that I don't like him. It's just that in terms of his opinion, in terms of when it comes to WWE situations, it's completely biased, and I can never just say, oh wait, this holds water. Jim Cornette, I can listen to him and say, you know what, that's his opinion, cool. That I know that's from him.
He's one person I had not listened to what he had to say about it.
He has talked. I can't remember
Actually,
what he
it's
said.
been a minute since I listened to Cornette. Period.
He did discuss. He talked about it for a bit.
Yeah, I need to start listening to Courtney more, because I mean, there's sometimes I agree with what he says, but other times, like, I agree with him 50-50 of the 50% of the time. Like, he's very biased, like, towards things, which that's what I like about Jim Cornette. He's very upfront about things.
Yeah.
But yeah, continue.
No, I mean that was just it on the professionalism. Now, in terms of the booking aspect.
Okay, so with that, it was so once again, we're not even sure that this was the official plans or not, but apparently the word is Naomi was supposed to be Sasha. Naomi gets the title shot against Bianca. Sasha was supposed to get a
face
title shot
Ronda
against Ronda, but then they both would have lost at Hell in the Cell. And it's like, what in the booking sense does this make? To have your tag team champions go against each other in the 6-pack challenge, then they both get their own separate title shots and then lose.
Yeah. Now if we just take the hypothetical and we just say, okay, let's say that part of the what they've of the scenario that they've stated is true, where Sasha and Naomi went into Vince's office and they talked to him about the booking of the match, and they were mad about how they're being represented as tag team champions. I understand that. I understand that more so from an FTR standpoint because of how they felt as wanting to, dominate the tag world. So if Sasha and Naomi pretty much had this mentality of, okay, hey, we're gonna take this position where they're putting us. We're not the top champions, but we're gonna be champions nonetheless. And so what we're gonna do is we're going to make this division, which is already trash to begin with, mean something. So if that was their mindset and that's why that angered them, I understand that. And that's more so coming from the standpoint of the other speculative story that happened where it said that they wanted Sasha and Naomi to put over Ronda Rousey and Bianca Belair, respectfully.
Once again, I have no doubts Naomi would have put over Bianca. No doubts. But at the same time, Banks already put over Ronda. So why should they do it again?
Okay, thank you, Scoot. That right there is my main issue, because if you're saying you want to put these people over, what the fuck was Sasha Banks at WrestleMania? What the fuck was Sasha and Sasha when she had her championship match against Ronda Rousey? What's WrestleMania night one main event for Ronda Rousey? What's WrestleMania Backlash going over Charlotte mean for Ronda Rousey? Is she not already over in that aspect? And if that's the case, if your goal was to put over Bianca, then why in the fuck was she basically disrespected? Exactly my fucking point. It makes no sense. None of this shit lines up.
It doesn't. They not only that, but it's the overallness of it, because then you had Corey Graves saying what he's saying, and Corey, you starting to sound mighty suspect, my guy. I'm just letting you know. But you had him saying what he's saying. Now Michael Cole, it was just he just broke down the situation. The problem is that you jumped in front of this story so fast, and you literally threw your superstars completely under the bus. You threw them so far under the bus that
they can't even get out.
They can't get out, because if Sasha and Naomi show up right now, next week, Hell in a Cell, whatever, there might not come back to cheers.
Yeah.
Now, granted, could this be a work, and could this be worked into a storyline potentially? Maybe so. But at the same time, Mustafa Ali requested for his release. He didn't get it. His first night back on Raw, he had to take jabs from Miz and Austin Theory about it. It's weird. Charlotte and Becky had their little tiff. They turned it into a storyline. So it's funny how this is such the most one-sided thing. And as much as anti-WWE as so many people are, they are 100% believing everything WWE is saying about this story, which I find that so funny. So funny.
Yeah, yeah. Um, I don't get it. I doubt that I ever will unless like something comes. I mean, this again is the same thing I said about Triple H. You know, we're never going to hear anything until they end up leaving the company and we get to
Mm-hmm.
hear from the horse's mouth. Because even if we hear something from them and they're still with the company, it's going to be something half-assed, and it's going to be a lot of
It's gonna be something
half-truths.
very protected.
Mm-hmm. This the same thing with Sasha leaving for 6 months. You know, she was able to say what they allowed her to say. You know, her going to Japan, her having time off, her basically putting a narrative that she needed to fall in love with wrestling again. You know,
Mm-hmm.
there was none of what we had heard over the time that she was gone about her being unhappy. You know, it was just very small tidbits of, you know, yeah, I was unhappy with this or the way things were, but never something that was straight on, this is the fucking reason. So,
And
and
see, and since you brought that point up, this what has me so confused and be waffled about the IWC and have me thinking that some of y'all are borderline maybe racist slash sexist about it. Other superstars, other male superstars and things like that, they voiced their displeasure when they left WWE for AEW and whatever. They were champion to the high heavens. You
mhm.
know, these two women disagreed on something so bad because like we're not taking into account that whatever it wasn't the fact that they walked out on Raw. They gave the titles up. So we're not thinking what was said. What was said or what was going to be done for them to be like, you know what? Not only do we not want to do that, we don't even want the titles anymore.
Yeah,
Mhm.
because they were made to be looked like as paperweight champions then. Because
Yeah.
that's basically what they were. Because if they were going to be fed to Ronda and Bianca, you know, like, because this doesn't make any sense booking wise, you know, to be tag team champions and not being a tag team match defending those titles. Like, it just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, especially since they said especially with the story saying that they wanted to have a storyline with some Piper Niven, Dewdrop and Nikki
Nikki,
Ash.
yeah, because they formed the tag team.
So if they want to run a program with them, I can see that making sense because they wanted to build up competitors within that tag scene. The same
Mm-hmm.
way that both Sasha and Bailey wanted to do this prior to that. So
Mm-hmm.
I I don't know. It's just hard to take WWE's word
Yeah, because
for
they're
what's
always going to
coming
be.
up.
Because, like I said, you know, they're always going to try to, you know, stay. You know, they're not going to give you the full truth to it. You know, they're going to
Hmm.
tell you what they want you to hear,
Yeah,
basically. And you know, because WWE's a public portrayed company, you know, like they're kind of politicians in themselves a little bit. You
Yeah.
know, it's just you know, Vince McMahon's a politician himself. You know, he's going to tell you what he wants us to hear,
yeah,
basically.
But yeah, like I said, I've always been on the side of Sasha and Naomi with this whole thing, regardless of if I felt the whole unprofessionalism thing or not. The biggest issue to this day I had is the fact that WWE decided to just jump out there and say something. Because in retrospect, unless this would have leaked out, we would have never known this.
yeah,
You know, they
We would
could
have
have
never
just
known none of this situation unless it would have leaked out by somebody.
you know they could have kept it hush hush. You know, they could like just say, "Oh yeah, I'm Sasha Banks and Naomi suffered an injury," and you know that
Yeah.
we could. You know, they
Or
could
their
have did something
planes
kayfabe.
or their planes didn't arrive in time, so the six-pack challenge would be a fatal four-way match. Like,
Or just, you know, just a one on one, yeah, whatever. Yeah.
yeah, but it ended up being a one-on-one anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So
which some of the shit still doesn't make. And this is why the booking, which is why I believe more so that this is overall a complete booking issue or bad booking by WWE, because if you default to a match with Becky Lynch and Asuka, you could have easily slotted other competitors into that 6-pack challenge. You know, you have Rhea Ripley, who had just joined Judgment Day. You have Liv Morgan. You know, because here's the thing that doesn't make sense at all. Anyway, your women's tag team champions are still SmackDown competitors.
Yes.
On a Raw show, because thing is, and I understand, yes, they can float, but they can float under the guise of the tag titles, which means they would have to be having a tag match. Them being single competitors on another show makes no fucking sense. If they're competitors for another show, it's bad booking. It makes no sense because you're undermining the rest of them.
Absolutely.
I mean, again, I believe 110% that this is the fault of WWE. And look, yes, Naomi and Sasha could have been unprofessional to an extent. You know, if I mean by definition, yes, they're employed, they're under contract, but at the same time, that doesn't mean that the fault is all on them. Fucking Ariane.
Yeah.
Who tried to say that Sasha was fucking manipulating Naomi? The fuck out of here.
Yeah. And then like somebody has said too, Naomi not only is a grown ass woman, but who's been in the company longer.
I did not even think about that.
Yeah, man.
Anybody who would have been manipulated, it would have been Naomi to Sasha.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Good point, Scoot. Good point.
I saw somebody had said that, and I was like, oh shit, Naomi had been that long. But yeah, so I mean, I think that's basically our piece with this.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Fuck it, it was said. Now,
yeah.
Now this next fuck it, this week in wrestling.
We got a huge fuck it.
Look, all right. So my first fuck it, I'ma say it, is actually gonna be so petty and so just me. The Usos winning the Unified Tag Team Championships. It wasn't the fact that the Usos won. It was the beatdown they proceeded to do on RK Bro afterwards. And kudos to the cameraman because he was getting all them sad kids' faces.
Yeah.
And that shit was amazing.
I saw all over social media, you know, with the kids crying, you know, so much memes with the kids crying.
It was just icing on the cake because they were upset that RK Bro lost that match.
Well, damn.
Like, it was a moment. That match should have been on a pay-per-view.
It should have been at WrestleMania Backlash.
I don't know why they didn't do it on WrestleMania Backlash. I don't know why they did it on a random SmackDown. But it definitely.
You know, I don't know why WWE goes with their half of the decisions they go with. You know what I mean? Like I just don't understand. It's like why have that on free TV when you already had that set up for a pay-per-view? Go ahead.
No. I was agreeing. Yeah, you're right. They had it already set up for WrestleMania Backlash and just did nothing with it.
And I guess maybe because, you know, they wanted to have, you know, Roman Reigns, you know, because he was kind of, apparently he was still rehabbing his injury, you know, apparently, his injury was still going on. And Drew McIntyre wasn't doing anything. And I don't even know if they're having Drew McIntyre and Roman at Hell in a Cell. Like, I don't think Roman's having the match at Hell in a Cell, I heard.
Apparently, nothing yet.
Yeah, because we're going to be a week away from, you know, on Sunday.
Yeah.
And there's really nothing announced for Roman Reigns.
I mean, honestly, they could have easily just had that tag match as the main event in place of, because I mean, they're tied to the bloodline. Roman and Paul Heyman could have pulled some strings and had that as the main event. Storyline purposes, Roman didn't want to wrestle because he didn't feel anybody. Like, it writes itself.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it just makes no sense. But you know, whatever.
But I don't know how they're gonna treat Ronda in her title reign because 2 weeks ago she did an open challenge. She went against Raquel Rodriguez.
Mhm.
Um, I don't care how they try to think they made Raquel look, but I think they hurt her more than helped her in that match because she was beating the shit out of Ronda just for Ronda to do a sneaky pin.
Yeah, just to do that old
Yeah,
devastating move, the roll up.
the devastating finisher in sports entertainment, the roll up. Um, WWE in these name changes in the group names. So we all know we got Sheamus, Ridge Holland, and Pete Dunne, now known as Butch. I just found out this past Friday on SmackDown, the trio has a name.
Oh, word.
Yeah,
What is it?
the Brawling Brutes.
I was about to call him the fight the fight night or something like that. I don't know because
You
they
better
love
call
to
him the
have fight
Fight
night.
Club, man. Like the fuck.
The Fight Club would have been the best name, but nope. The Brawling Brutes. And they're
I,
still beefing with New Day.
why?
I don't know, but Kofi
Apparently,
had Kofi, sorry.
there's a surprise. Apparently
Yeah,
this.
Woods was alone because Kofi was off doing New Day business, and Woods beat Pete Dunne with his new finisher, the Backwoods, which is a roll up. Uh,
So they approved that name?
yeah, yeah, the Backwoods is officially the name of that move. So he gets jumped by all three, and he says that y'all like playing the numbers game. Kofi will be back next week, and I'm gonna have a partner for us, and we're gonna have a 6-man tag. So of course the internet's been kind of speculating on who's gonna be the mystery partner for New Day
Mm.
to help them go against the Brawling Brutes.
I wonder who that'll be.
Because isn't Biggie still injured?
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
he's
Big
Oh
E
yeah.
ain't coming back.
yeah he
No
ain't come
time
back for
soon.
a while. Yeah, I have no idea
The
who
only
it's gonna be.
guess I have could be Tyler Breeze,
You
only
know, I
because what's only because of what's happening on Up Up Down Down. That's the
yeah,
only reason. But I don't know.
and I think that
I
that
think
would
that's the
be
most
a mistake.
logical.
It'd be logical, but I still think it would be a mistake
It
because
would.
it's like you just you don't just do that to Breezy and bring him back whenever you feel necessary. Now, granted,
Right.
he probably wants to be back, and that's fine. I'd be all for it, but it's hard to trust WWE, man, because I don't even trust him with Cody right now.
Look, we gonna roll into Cody. What else is happening on SmackDown that's important? Um, uh, I feel like that is it on SmackDown that's worth talking about. And then Raw this past Monday. Uh, Raw really does feel like you watching a 3 hour show because they still
Hmm.
doing this whole Kevin Owens trying to expose Ezekiel to be an Elias. This has been going on forever. Uh, Cody fought against Miz. Uh, During the match, Seth Rollins came out there and beat the dog shit out of Cody. Uh, Now there was a cool moment that happened because Seth Rollins took the weight belt from the fan and actually
Mm.
started whooping Cody Rhodes with it.
Hmm.
And after the beatdown, Cody was struggling to go to the back, and he gave the weight belt back to the fan that Seth took it from. So that was kind of a cool little moment. Uh, Usos teamed up with Sami Zayn to fight Riddle and the Street Profits. Um, Riddle was talking about how the beatdown on SmackDown was so severe that he don't know when Randy is coming back. Um, Now, Asuka had originally won the right to fight Bianca at Hell in a Cell. They had a match. Asuka and Becky had a match this past Monday. If Becky would have won, she would have got added to the match. And guess what
Also,
happened?
what was Becky Lynch look like? She was kind of looking like a pirate, when she did that promo. Like, what they trying to make her look like now?
I don't know. She's been just all over the place with her. Honestly, they're really leaning to her being kind of like a Lady Seth Rollins.
It's not being done well.
It's not.
Mm.
I think they're legitimately trying to do her take on being Lady Rollins.
Mm-hmm.
What else is happening on Raw? Judgment Day is still running rampant on Liv and AJ because they had a mixed tag match. Edge called out who's going to be the next member to join. So
I feel like Finn Balor should be joining the Judgment Day group.
If you follow Edge on Instagram, he's been posting random photos of superstars, and it had people speculating because he posted a picture of Tommaso, Paige, Corey Graves, Finn, AJ, Liv. So he's basically inviting who's going to join the Judgment Day.
It's Tommaso. I mean, just because of the history that Tommaso has, especially if you go back to Black and Gold NXT, Tommaso, said how he reached out to Edge about it, about the neck injury and stuff like that. But now Corey Graves, it would be a nice little addition. I think it would work.
I think Corey Graves fits the stable pretty good.
Oh yeah.
Let's see what else happened on Raw.
And he's cleared to wrestle again, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That was the rumors. Like nothing was ever officially said by him or whatever, but that's been the rumors that he's officially cleared. I feel like something that Bobby Lashley and Omos is still going at it. Apparently they're going to have some type of specialty match at Hell in a Cell because Bobby went against MVP.
Hopefully it's not in the cell. Hopefully it's on side to cell.
And the winner chooses the stipulation for their match at Hell in a Cell. Well, MVP won by count out, so I guess come Monday we'll find out.
Last man standing.
Probably so. Because we only got one Hell in a Cell match announced so far, and that's Cody and Seth. Cody and Seth so far is the only Hell in a Cell match announced.
Which I kind of want to talk about Hell in a Cell. They did get rid of these gimmicky pay-per-view names. Like I'm just so tired of them. I can agree. Like, okay, I have the exception for Money in the Bank. Keep that because it's kind of like the Ultimate X of like for WWE. I like how Money in the Bank works. But like, get rid of all of these gimmicky pay-per-views like Money in the Bank, TLC, which they didn't have TLC last year, or like let's get rid of these weird
Elimination Chamber.
Because like the reason why they have these matches is for these big blood feuds. These will be matches that end the feuds.
Yeah.
Which I mean, it makes sense to have Rollins and Cody inside the cell, but it's just so predictable.
That's gonna be the blow off.
Yeah.
No, I agree because I'm
back. If y'all didn't know.
Yeah, I've seen her come back against Sonya Deville, which I mean, it's.
And she went against Nikki this past week.
She's in fucking limbo. Like it's like she's trying to be like the old Alexa Bliss, but then still carrying around Lily. It's like
it's kind of weird.
Lacey Evans, she's gonna be wrestling. She's gonna be in her first match next week on Raw.
Oh wait, is she finally gonna wrestle?
Yeah. Go ahead.
They switched it was cool. Down to Raw.
It was cool when she first came back with this new gimmick. I was like, cool. I'm all for it. Like this is a nice little change of pace. You want to sit here and have her, the whole G.I. Jane-esque gimmick, strong woman in a modern way.
Mm-hmm.
But then every week she came in and just more talking. And I just got to the point where I was like, you know what? I just don't give a shit anymore.
Same. Same.
So so I'm turned off from it. Like I was in it first, but then WWE finds a way to WWE shit up, and now it's just like, yeah, you made me not care that fast.
So did you guys hear about the rumor about apparently the brand split's going to be ending? Which
I
think
I heard it.
But apparently, I don't think it's gonna be, because from sources I heard, I don't think it's gonna be ending. But they're gonna allow wrestlers to, like, like with big storylines, they're gonna be able to move them between shows and stuff. That's what I heard.
The wild card rule is in effect, baby.
Basically.
Yeah, that's basically what it is.
Yeah, it just sounds to me like they've run out of ideas. So now they're trying to just have everybody branch over back and forth when they could have just easily just utilized a talent that they're not utilizing on each show. But what the fuck do I know?
That was basically Raw. Like, I can't think of anything else that happened on Raw. But what we originally went into this show, where we discussed what we were originally discussing NXT and AEW. NXT 2.0. Once again, fuck it. I did say it. And fuck it, I'm going to say this again. What the fuck is happening over there in NXT 2.0? Like, what's really good over there? Like, okay.
I like what Chase U is doing. I like what Chase U. I like that stuff there.
That's the fact that, like, what kind of parallel universe that we done came into? Chase U is over. Like, they have won the fans over. Like, they have it now. Like, they got the juice. Like, okay, this past Tuesday, just to kind of, so, the women's breakout tournament was happening. They announced that Nikita is out, and Jugs told me what is a MCL, right?
Yeah, MCL injury, yep.
So they were originally going to give Fallon Henley the bye to the finals. Tiffany Stratton comes up and be like, blah, 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 boom. Tiffany replaces Nikita. Tiffany beats Fallon. And it was like, oh, okay. Then you had Roxanne Perez, or Roxy.
Which I hear Roxy's doing really good in NXT.
Huh?
Which I heard Roxy's looking really good in NXT.
Yes. You can definitely tell she's next up. Then you have Roxanne Perez versus Lash. Roxy hits her finisher, which is, I love the name of it, Pop Rocks, which is basically the code red. So we're going to have Tiffany Stratton, Roxanne at In Your House for the finals. And the winner get to pick whatever title they want to go for, whatever women's title they want to go for.
No, she's going to go for the NXT title. That's what's going to happen. They're going to go for the NXT title. Take it off a brow breaker.
So, Toxic Attraction is finally being tested because Wendy Chu is now going to have her women's title match against Mandy Rose.
Wait.
You heard I said.
Really?
Yeah.
Did she change gimmicks, or she's still doing this whole sleepy?
She's still doing this whole gimmick. Yeah,
she's still rocking the onesie. This past week, Mandy fought. Okay, so Indy is now accepting she's all alone. So Indy challenged Mandy. So they had their match. Mandy won, and Wendy hit Mandy with a sack of balls and started dumping all the balls on top of her. It was basketballs, tennis balls, footballs, volleyballs.
Okay, I'm glad for the clarification.
Yeah. Thanks for clarifying that. Yeah.
It was balls all in Mandy's face and body. Balls.
Pause.
And the reason pause, we talking about women. Balls.
Oh, that's right. It's true.
And hell, even Wendy said, "Did you see me hit her with my sack?"
Okay, I'll give her that.
Wendy is going to challenge Mandy. Now, Gigi and JC are getting challenged by Kaden and Katana, a real tag team, which Casey and Katana.
Oh yeah, I forgot that Casey's name has changed.
She's Katana Chance now, which Katana mentioned. We've been a real tag team this whole time, from 1.0 to 2.0. Why are we just now finally getting tag team title shots? So they're getting their shot. They're getting their match at In Your House. I love how Kaylee Ray became Alba Fire, and they're damn near treating her like she's a new person. Like, they damn near treating her like she's this new superstar, even though they mentioned her title reign in NXT UK and things like that. But they're basically treating her as the name change rebirthed her, and almost like she's a new person. Very weird. But she beat Elektra Lopez. Legado del Fantasma has been beefing with Tony D'Angelo and his two peeps.
I don't even know their names. What are their names?
Fuck, what was their nicknames? Dimes and
Nickel. No, I don't even know their names. Oh man.
Oh my god, because they actually have names, but their nickname was like Dimes and something.
Dimes and nickels. That sounds pretty. Dimes and quarters. I have no idea.
But yeah, they've been having.
They're two bald guys, aren't they?
Huh?
Aren't they two bald guys?
No.
Oh wait, I was thinking. I don't know what I was thinking of there.
They've been having this whole turf war as they've been acknowledging that they have a turf war. So I'm pretty sure at some point we're going to get a Tony D and his two associates versus Legado in a 6-man,
turf war. What the heck is a turf war? It's basically going to be Stadium Stampede. That's what it is. Is that they're trying to make their swing?
God, I hope not. Hold on. I think I might have found.
Wait.
Troy Donovan and Channing. So it's Troy Donovan is one of the guys, and his nickname is Two Dimes. Troy Two Dimes Donovan, and Channing's nickname is Stacks.
Stacks?
Channing Lorenzo, and his nickname is Stacks. So Stacks and Two Dimes. Like I knew it was something.
Wow.
Yeah. Just Stacks and Two Dimes. So those are his two associates. And of course, Santos has Cruz and
I keep forgetting they changed his name too.
Yes, Cruz del Toro. Is he the Toro? No, Toro.
Toro.
So, yeah.
Del Toro, yeah.
So most likely they're going to have some 6-man blow off at some point. What else? Wesley is still a man who's disheveled because he lost his tag partner. He has no direction, so he's willing to take on any and everybody to prove that you don't have to be a big man to make it in NXT. Because he fought Sangha this week and got handled. And then apparently Wesley has been having this little thing with Zion Quinn. Quinn tried to come out and attack Wesley, but Sangha came in and stopped him. So we'll see where that goes. What else? Diamond Mine is starting to unravel, and I don't know, is it because of Roddy asking for his release and they might grant it, or how it was going, because Diamond Mine and they got their new member Damon Kemp, Gable Stevenson's brother. They've been having this whole thing that Roddy has been helping them win matches and this, that, and the third, but at In Your House, Diamond Mine will get a chance to go against Pretty Deadly for the tag titles. We'll see how that goes. Other little stuff sprinkled in here and there. Then you got the main event picture. Joe Gacy is still tormenting Braun Breaker. Gacy has his 2 Imperium guards with him. We still don't know who it is. Many people think it's GYV repackaged. We don't know yet. But Joe Gacy is going to have another match against Braun Breaker at In Your House. And the way they've been portraying Braun as of late, he can't keep his temper. He let his temper get the best of him, and he just So if Breaker does anything to get himself disqualified, Gacy will still win the belt. Now they didn't turn Joe Gacy into some fucking Bray Wyatt cult leader clone out of nowhere. So yeah, NXT.
Yeah, that shit sounds hella unentertaining.
If it wasn't for the fact that once again I don't have nothing else to watch Tuesday nights, I probably and actually I was halfway playing Elden Ring when I was watching it, so I was going back and forth. But
I'd rather watch Dark than watch NXT, to be honest.
If it wasn't for the fact that Dark is a YouTube show and I was playing Elden Ring, but yeah, it has went off the rails. Like NXT 2.0 is going off the rails, and I don't know what's the ultimate goal of this show. Like I still understand they want to do the showcasing of the talent and things like that, but the way they're going about it is not the best.
Like you said in the past, Diet WWE.
Yes. Also in Your House, Cameron Grimes and Carmelo Hayes are getting a one-on-one match, so that's also happening in Your House as well. But
yeah,
NXT 2.0. And you know, like I'm gonna share the intimates, like into the thing I said before. What the fuck is happening over there? So I'm just leaving it at that.
Yeah, your guess is as good as mine. I mean, to be perfectly honest,
over there?
Yeah. This is one of the reasons why I have yet to get back into watching it. You know, I just it's just not grasping. It does not grab my attention. I've tried to turn it on, and I just completely check out because, again, it's one, there's that bias where it's not the NXT that I know, and then two, it's just like it doesn't appeal to the adult in me. I think that's the main thing. So yeah,
like it's hard for.
Go ahead. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
So it's kind of hard for me to buy into what NXT 2.0 has going on right now because I'm like, well, some of these superstars are going to be released. You know, if they get moved up to the main roster, or in a few months they just get released from the company in general. Like, so it's just hard for me to like buy into a product where I go like, well, like what's the like end goal? Like what's going to be, what's the word I'm trying to look for? Like if they're not going really anywhere with these superstars, then why should I put time in to watch a show? You know,
I can agree. I can somewhat agree with that. Oh, and for my namesake, for the people who don't know, Scoot Dupree is LA Knight's new character on SmackDown, Max Dupree, and he
is that wait. All right, see,
I got to mention about SmackDown. He debuted on SmackDown, and he's very close in Adam Pearce's face, and he represents a hybrid talent of male models that can wrestle. And his agency had a deal with Sonya Deville that he could bring talent in. Pierce was like, no, that's not happening. And he was like, oh, I have a signed contract that I can bring my talent in. So that's his new character, Max Dupree. And he's a talent agent for male models that can wrestle. And apparently his client is supposed to be Mace. Okay. I don't know what his new name is going to be, but Mace is supposed to be, and I think this week it's supposed to be the debut of his talent agency and stuff, things and stuff. But I totally forgot to mention that with SmackDown. So
stuff
for people who get confused about my namesake, That's my namesake to take off of Max Dupree.
Okay, clearly, I am now confused by it. Now that after you've clarified, I'm not confused. But before, because I was under the impression you were going off the whole thing with with Rene Dupree and Paul London. That's why I had the intro the way that I did.
I caught on to what you was doing, but now I'm going off of LA Knight's new name.
Okay. Now I can get into the what the fuck about it. What the fuck is going on? Like, why can't you have LA Knight? See, this right here, this is exactly why I was worried about Adam Cole going to the main roster, because of shit like this. Somebody who is a talented talker, fantastic on the mic, good in the ring, somebody who could be your world champion. You basically water down and downgrade to being a fucking manager for other talent. And I can call this shit out right now. Yeah, he's going to have Mace, but I guarantee you, Pretty Deadly is close behind.
Oh, shit. Yo. Hey. Okay.
I didn't think about that.
Real talk?
Yeah.
Real talk? That would not be a bad stable.
No, it wouldn't. No, but because it look, it's good. I have no problems with the stable and the idea, because here's the thing: if in fact you have motherfucking Tyler Breeze coming back, that could be the case. Hell, even if you want to throw Ziggs in there, that could be the case. But my thing is this: why do you have to put LA Knight in this position?
So I'm going to say this personally. After watching that first segment, it can work. The only issue is we know the man is talented. Like, for instance, if we would have saw Adam Cole come up as a manager, we would have been like, the man who won every last championship in NXT? Like, that's the man y'all want to be a manager and not wrestle? So I can see it working for Dupree. I can see it working. It's just that we know the man just wrestled. Like, he was actively wrestling. Now he's a talent agency representative.
Yeah.
Okay. But I guess come Friday, we'll see how it goes. We'll see if we'll see how it works out. But I totally forgot to mention that with SmackDown, of my namesake, of that's why my name is my name, because of LA Knight's new name.
Yeah. Oh, look, I'm interested. I'm slightly intrigued right now by it, so we'll see where it goes. I'm not going to shit on it automatically. I'm just going to shit on the fact that I think LA Knight, hopefully this could be an opening for him to actually do his own thing in the ring as opposed to just being outside. So we'll see.
He deserves so much better than just being like a manager.
Yes.
Or just being a mouthpiece. Because we already know he could talk. Okay? But like, I want to see him get in the ring, because like he has that charisma. Like he's really good in the ring, and like he could be a world champion. Because there was a lot of comparisons, like with his charisma, like with him and like The Rock and stuff. Which he's not as good as The Rock, but like still, he's still charismatic, and he still has some good things about him.
Yeah, he mirrors the old school, and I like that.
Yeah.
So, all right. Anybody else got to say about WWE before we move on to the rest of the show being about AEW?
Oh, fuck no.
Yeah, let's move on to AEW.
All right. I'm gonna go ahead and say this so we can get the initial shock of it all. And I wish Jaeger was here too. I've been damn near just as bored with AEW as I have been with WWE. There, fuck it, I said it.
Yeah, I kind of have to agree. Well, actually, before we actually talk about that, do you think that Bryan Danielson thing, with him getting his leg caught, was just a work, or do you guys think it was actually a real?
Probably a little bit of both.
Yeah, it looks like his foot did fall through the thing when you look back at it, because he was backing up. But even after that, once his foot fell down there, you saw Jake Hager like throwing punches on his leg.
Yeah,
after that,
I think a little bit of both.
So
yeah, because something I don't understand. Why was there that big of a gap between that, like between the ring and the stage?
Look, whoever's making these AEW ramps, there's been a lot of close calls. Andrade had one. I think one of the refs had one.
Don't forget, Orange stepped off that motherfucker.
Yeah, Arn too.
Like, see, I never.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't mind when the stage is that way, but like, it makes the stage like this seem like a little bit smaller and stuff. I don't know why. Like when you have the ramp connect to the ring, like it just makes it seem smaller to me.
But yeah.
To
go back to my original statement, I haven't been too impressed with AEW either.
It's been a lot of ups and downs. Now, of course, for me, there's been a lot more ups and downs, but there has been some low points. And even last night's Dynamite, it was still one of those deals because, and I think it just feels like if it's not part of the top shit, it doesn't get the same treatment, and that's not reminiscent of what Dynamite or AEW as a whole used to be in the beginning, because you had all the championships and you had those championships respected equally across the board. And then you had prominent storylines that were going into the pay-per-views equally. And it feels like, and I think Jugs is the one that kind of pointed out in the group chat that we had.
He did.
And it didn't hit until I looked at the match card for Double or Nothing, and I was like, and then it had me thinking more about shit, because I'm like, okay, primarily we have the TNT Championship, and I'm like,
we only have two feuds truly going. I mean, if you want to take out Serena and Thunder Rosa, the only two things that has been built up is Punk and Hangman, MJF and Wardlow, but mainly MJF and Wardlow, because that's been a build for the better part of a year. So now, if you take out those two matches, everything here builds for Double or Nothing. A little bit of the Jericho Society versus the Coalition of Friends. Everything is within a month of being built.
Okay, I see. Okay, so so the build specifically for Double or Nothing, a lot of this shit is kind of just like, just thrown up in the air. But I mean, stuff like House of Black and Death Triangle, that shit's been going on for fucking way too fucking long.
Way too long.
And it just, and now of course I'll give the benefit of the doubt for the Owen Hart tournament, because that has its own build, and we already knew it was going to culminate at Double or Nothing, so that's fine.
I have my gripes about that too.
Yeah, me too. And even when you talk about like the 3-way for the tag titles, I don't mind this match at all. I happen to want this match, but
I'm admitting right here at the 58-minute mark, I really am starting to think, and I've been thinking over this for like the past a couple of weeks now, Ricky Starks really might be in my top 3 of AEW. Ricky Starks is a fucking star. If they was to really let that man shine, from the fact that commentary, his character work, Ricky Starks actually does have that it factor.
There's a team missing from that triple threat, which is the best tag team in AEW right now, FTR. They're missing the best tag team.
Because they got them.
Well, after what happened Wednesday, they got more things to worry about.
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah, they got to worry about the United Empire now.
Yeah, the United Empire.
Sure that was a build for Forbidden Door.
Yeah. And that's the thing. And I think this is their AEW strength at this point is also one of their weaknesses, because I think them having this Forbidden Door open, having the ownership of ROH, and then having this agreement with New Japan is a benefit. But because they're trying to pack so much into one show and then for another build and trying to build up everything, I think it's cool, but I think they're doing it at the at the detriment of a lot of their talent right now, which is why I think we hear a lot of shit coming out about certain wrestlers being unhappy in AEW. Yeah, I think they would benefit way more from having a more prominent second and or third show, because I like the fact that they are defending ROH titles on Dynamite. I like the fact that they are representing those titles on Dynamite as well as in New Japan. But if they don't think about doing something quick, it's only going to get worse before it gets better. And they got to fix it before it gets to Forbidden Door, because that's a show that needs to happen. But if they do stuff that damages their brand up to that point, that show is going to be good, but it's really not going to have any fanfare the way that it needs to. But I do agree. I mean, I am on the side of there being more bad than there being more positives about Dynamite than negatives, but at the same time, it doesn't change the fact that these shows do have their low points. And I believe part of it is their women's division, because it's funny, because when we initially started the Tag podcast, one of the first shows that we did, we talked about how bad the AEW women's division was, and then they got better, and then everything kind of just started to have a rise, and now it seems to have like this slight decline.
Yeah.
And personally, and this is just from my end, now granted stuff had happened prior to this, but I think once we saw that Deonna Purrazzo and Mercedes Martinez match on Dynamite is where it just glared a huge fog light on AEW's women's division, and it was not showing anything good as a fantastic representation. Because whereas I do appreciate Deonna Purrazzo and I do appreciate Mercedes Martinez, they didn't do anything really wrong, but AEW did something initially wrong, and that was not pushing the storyline between Mercedes Martinez and Deonna Purrazzo, because they put this interim title on Mercedes Martinez, and they basically did nothing after that. So you had this match that was supposed to happen, but they had no fucking build. They just expected everybody, and that right there is one of AEW's main problems, because they pretty much cater to a lot of the fans on the internet, the ones that diehards. They don't cater to the casual fans, and I think they need to, in order for them, in order for these storylines to kind of just flow cohesively.
Yeah, because that's what I feel like isn't happening right now. Like, because some of these storylines aren't really like flowing right now, or like I don't really see much storylines. I mean, granted, they're having these are great matches that are happening on Dynamite. Okay. But like, it's like, where's the storyline? Because that's what a lot of wrestling is storyline, connecting with the audience, and they're not really doing that right now. It's like you said, especially with the women's division. Because there was something I was reading something about Thunder Rosa, and like she had to combine like I don't know how many hours she had on like television, but it hasn't been very much since she won the AEW Women's Championship. I can't remember where I saw that, but like it wasn't a whole lot of hours combined. And you see what WWE has been doing with their women's division, having these last 4 weeks, having them in the main event. I tell you what, I mean, WWE's women's division is is doing a lot better than AEW right now. But like, AEW,
I'd agree with that.
I feel like AEW, like you said, like it's their women's division has taken a decline.
Yeah,
I don't know why. I think it's more their booking. It's not like on Thunder Rosa. It's not like on Serena Deep or any women. I think it's more the booking. But
mainly, and I think part of that is because of the Owen Hart tournament as well. Because I had a lot of promise for this tournament. That's not to say the tournament is bad, but it seemed like in the very beginning they had a lot of build for this tournament, and then of course you get into the Toni Storm and why am I forgetting her name already?
Toni Storm and I know who you're talking about. Oh, who was it? Now I'm forgetting. I have to go look it up here.
Yeah, you see?
Now I'm forgetting. Hold on, I gotta go look up the tournament here.
Well, I'm going to kick myself because
Okay, I remember what it is now.
Oh, y'all talking about Jamie Hayter?
Jamie Hayter.
Jamie Hayter, there you go. Yeah, that with Britt Baker. Yeah, I did.
Yes.
Yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Fucking A. Yeah, they had the build for that, and then once they had the match, it was just kind of just, all right, here's the rest of the tournament. And it just seemed like the build was primarily in the very beginning of the tournament, and it felt like it should have ramped up, but it never really did. And so now we just have these matches, and then bam. And now for the men's, we've gotten a lot of quality matches, but the build has been a little off. So at least in the tournament standpoint, the matches are fantastic on the men's side. But the build could be better. So, it is what it is on that end. So I'm not complaining too much on the men's side, but the female side, yeah. And then when you talk about Thunder Rosa, and especially when we talk about the motherfucking professor, Serena D.
Wait, hold on.
You want to wait on that one?
Before we get there.
Okay.
Once again, like my segment I created on the channel, fuck it, I'm saying it. This whole Owen Hart stuff has been a slightly cheesy to me. I understand they got the name rights, but if you was to play a drinking game to however much times they say Owen Hart's name on an AEW broadcast, you would be gone.
Be blocked out.
If you took a shot for every many times they say Owen Hart, Owen, or mention the tournament, you would be done. Kudos for AEW to get the rights to Owen Hart and the foundation and everything, but you don't have to put it all in our face, And then it was funny because months ago, you, Yeager, and I speculated on how we thought this tournament could go, completely different of what we were speculating.
Yeah. And I didn't really like the Jokers that they brought in also. Like, it was Meek. Well, who was it?
Johnny Elite and Maki Ito.
Maki Ito, yeah. Like, I didn't mind the Johnny Elite one. Like, when I saw Johnny Elite, I was like, wait, is that Johnny Gargano for a minute? And then I saw John Morrison come out or whatever under his million different names. I mean, I thought that was cool. I mean, a cool surprise. But the Maki Ito one, it was okay, but
it wasn't necessary. I mean, you had Athena right there.
I was waiting for that whole match to be over when Maki.
Because it was in Texas. Like, the show was in Texas, right?
Yeah,
that one I think that was the one that was in Houston.
Yeah, and isn't Athena from Houston or
she's from Dallas?
Yeah, Dallas. Yeah, but she's still around the same area, though. She's still
and I was sitting there the whole time. And somebody had said, I think it was Arthur's of Wrestling. Shout out to him. He was saying Athena is doing a live stream, so unless she's about to hop on some supersonic plane, don't look like she's gonna be the Joker. But and see, once again, this goes into the cheesiness. This is the reason why AEW is going to fall short with me. Tony Khan keeps doing all these announcements and all of these pressers, and he gives you such this build up. I mean, let's be real. Maki Ito, I'm pretty sure there was mad people excited about that. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, same.
I mean, I was like, oh, it's cool, but like, yeah.
Johnny Elite, like Jugs just said, one of his mini monikers, it was like, oh, okay. Well, now I know Samoa Joe's going to win this for sure. Like, it was like, I have no doubt Samoa Joe is going to lose this match. But yeah, so it's just like, Khan and his announcements and him building things up, it's like, maybe the general wrestling public really likes that whole anticipation thing he does, but it's redundant, cheesy, And in all honesty, it falls flat to me damn near every time. Because the way Forbidden Door was announced fell flat. The way he announced they bought Ring of Honor fell flat. What else? Like a lot of his announcements fall flat to me. It's just like
I agree with that.
It's just like
I just wish he wouldn't bring it up, or like that, like the internet wouldn't find out about like these rumors or like spoilers. I just want it to happen organically. Go like, oh yeah, I'm actually surprised about this, because that's like I said many times on the show before. Like that's what I miss in wrestling these days. You know, the surprise with it. Because I try to stay away from rumors and like spoilers as much as possible.
Yeah,
but like. And I feel like they're overbooking Dynamite, where everything just seems like so kind of jumbled together. Like, and if it's not a part of the main event, then it doesn't really matter. Which I understand they're trying to make everything seem so important. And also, if you play a drinking game for how many times they say, "Stay with us, or we'll be going picture in picture. Don't go anywhere." Like, or Excalibur talking like so fast, like where he doesn't breathe. You guys be so gone.
Yo, I'm gonna say this, and I've said this before. AEW fans, people, help me see it with Excalibur. Really, help me truly see it. I don't see it with Excalibur. I don't see it.
I don't say what I call him excrement. That's what I call him.
Now, if you want to get back to Tootsie Rosa and the Professor,
yeah, I've hated this build.
Yeah, me too.
It has been the most uninspiring.
Like with Serena Deeb just coming out saying, she's saying, "Oh yeah, you guys better show me respect." And I shaved my head. I got implants. Back when she was in WWE. She's saying, "You guys need to show me this respect. I'm gonna beat Thunder Rosa." Like, I just don't understand this, and like they're just building this up really too late.
Well, I mean, even the fact of how she announced that she was the #1 contender was like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
I would have had more excitement if it was built better, but it was like, hey, Thunder Rosa, your next opponent is gonna be Serena. Like, wait, huh? Okay, cool. We in the bad part about us, we've been waiting on this. We've been waiting for Serena to get that chance, and it was like, oh, now that it's here, it's like, oh, okay.
And that's the problem that I'm having, because her strength is not live on the mic promos. Her strength is pre-recorded promos. Like if they just had her do her in-ring stuff, go out, wrestle, demolish somebody, cool, and then have her do like a Tommaso Ciampa style promo in the back and leave it at that, we'd be good. She doesn't have to come out and say anything. Mm-mm. Her in-ring speaks for itself. Mm-hmm. And that's why I hate that they just shine the light on her to go do this shit instead of just having Thunder Rosa come out and talk and then have Serena Deeb come out and then try to fight her. Because I'll tell you this, last night on Dynamite was probably one of the best promos that Thunder Rosa has done.
Yes.
And we should have been getting more of that and less of Serena Deeb. Because anytime Serena Deeb came out with her whole Sheeta feud, that was cool.
Mm-hmm. Once again, it wasn't interviews, it was segments.
Mm-hmm.
It was segments of Sheeta and Serena Deeb. It wasn't I'm in the ring talking my shit to you. No, it was segments.
Yeah. And I think that's going to end up damaging her in the eyes of the fans of how she'll be looked as a credible champ. It's like, she doesn't have to speak. She had a title on her before and they didn't let her speak. Mm-hmm. And ironically enough, when she beat Thunder Rosa for the NWA Women's Championship, so I hate this, and I don't like Thunder Rosa's title reign as of late.
Yeah, I agree. And I think it's been more I don't think it's on Thunder Rosa.
No, it's not on her.
It's definitely more on the booking and I can't remember where I saw it. Like I said, like with the hours like that she had combined on TV since winning the title has not been that. Like she hasn't had very many hours on TV.
But not only that, other than Serena Deeb, who else she gonna fight that we hadn't seen her fight?
Well, that's the problem right there. It's the same problem that you had said about with Jade. You know, there's nobody that's built up credibly. There's also nobody. There's no heels that's been built up outside of Jade that's credible enough. Well, outside of Britt Baker as well, that's been credible enough to go against Thunder Rosa and to be a believable threat.
Who's that person that they're trying to build up for Jade? What's her name? She did like MMA and stuff.
Oh, you were talking
Marina
about
Shafir?
Marina Shafir.
Marina Shafir,
The
yeah.
prop, yeah, that build was fucking horrible too. It started off good and then it just ended.
Speaking
like
of,
trash.
are we under the same impression that Statlander is going to be the one to take that belt from Jade?
No,
I think they should give it. I think they should give the Paige Van Zandt.
I wouldn't. Oh, fuck that. I wouldn't. I wouldn't be mad if they gave it to Statlander. I mean, she would be deserving of it. But I think somebody else at this point. Damn, Scoot. Why did you do that, man?
Well, only reason why is because the way they've been building it up. They've been building it up to the fact that with Red Velvet having that match, Red Velvet is now associated with Jade.
Yeah.
And the whole thing that happened last week with Anna Jay, because we know that. I mean, let's be real. Anna Jay's not going to win Sunday. I'm thinking the way it's been building up, maybe Statlander might be the one that's going to finally get the belt off of Jade. Especially since she's Statlander 2.0.
Yeah. All right. You know what? You might be right. Because I was thinking somebody else, and then you brought that up, and I was like, you know what? Maybe that's
who are you thinking of?
I was thinking Soho.
I was thinking Soho too, but the way it's been looking lately, it's been looking Statlander-ish to me.
And now that you said that, I think something else is in line for Soho.
Yeah,
one of two things. So, yeah, but we'll get to that when we talk about the predictions and shit.
All right, so I'm gonna say this also too, which once again, title of this episode, fuck it, I'm saying it. Jericho Appreciation Society. It ain't it, bro.
Nah, bro, I can't let you do that.
It.
I would have agreed with you, but as of late, they've been growing on me.
It's
man.
not it because of Jericho.
I think that's the best part.
No, it ain't it.
No, I think Jericho's acceptable, but like with those, who are those guys? Oh, I can't remember. They were 2.0 in the next.
Daddy Magic and Daddy Magic is probably one of the best nicknames ever. Just putting that out there.
I can't even remember the names. That's how much I don't really know them.
Matt Lennard and I forgot Jeff Parker's real name now.
It's Angelo Parker. No,
Angelo Parker.
Yes. Yeah. But Daddy Magic, I do fucks with that name.
Yeah. Look.
It ain't
first
it,
off.
bro.
First off, did you not watch last night? Did you not see the pants he had on last night?
The Wizard.
No homo.
Fuck out of here. I'm like,
Wizard.
Look,
I hope they get stomped out Sunday.
Here's the reason why. Because look, I was thinking the same thing when they first came out and did all this. But after a while, when they start doing the whole sports entertainer thing, and I was like, yo, I hate it, but this fucking works because now it makes sense of everybody that's within it. And basically it's meant to build up 2.0 at this point. You know,
it seemed like it, right?
Because Daniel Garcia is already made. Granted, this is a downgrade for him. I think he will be a better fit for the BCC, honestly. But this is basically
speaking of the BCC. I don't know why William Regal he has to be the has to be the manager for them, because I feel like they could do great stuff without I mean they could still be doing great stuff without William Regal. I don't feel like why you think they need him?
Mm-hmm.
I just don't feel like they need him, and I just don't I mean I don't understand the stuff of like how they had Daniel Bryan Bryan Danielson. They had Bryan Danielson going for the title a while back for the AEW title, which I felt like he was a great person to eventually maybe take it off of Hangman. And then they segue into the Bryan Danielson and Moxley, them tagging up together. Which I mean I like it now, but at that, back then I I mean it's been growing on me more now. It's been growing on me more, but like I still don't understand it a little bit, like why they eventually why they became a tag team still.
Well, in my opinion, as far as for the BCC, it's homegrown in AEW, but this to me, this stable is basically a worldwide stable in a sense, because Daniel Bryan already wants to wrestle in Japan. Moxley already wrestles in Japan. So that's going to be their thing.
It can be a legato type of thing. Not legato, sorry. LIJ.
LIJ. Yeah, that's basically what's going to, because right now you have Wheeler Yuta doing the Super
G1
Juniors tournament.
Mm-hmm. Not the G1, sorry. Super Juniors, yeah.
So he's over, and then Mox just wrestled in New Japan for the United States Championship, which shout out to Juice Robinson because he won that shit. Him being Bullet Club. Think it's a fantastic get. His character is fucking fantastic in Bullet Club.
Did they mention what happened with David Finlay yet?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
I have to go back and check.
I dig the Blackpool Comeback Club. I dig it.
I mean, it's been growing on me more now. Now that you kind of explained it more.
JAS. I'm sorry.
Now that you kind of explained it more, like with them, like kind of like wrestling all over the world, and these different promotions, it's trying to like build up like these young stars like Wheeler Yuta, I trying to build these like real good wrestlers and stuff. I kind of understand it more now.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're gonna get some ROH guys in there, either one or two, who knows? But it's kind of
like factions that they have, like in New Japan, like where they have the United Empire, and like they have the they got like Chaos, and they got all those type of.
That's all AEW is right now. It's faction warfare.
I mean, you know what you could do?
Many fucking factions in AEW.
You can make a brand over like all these different factions.
I'm actually surprised that they haven't made a specialty show
for a tag team show, like a tag.
Oh. I'm pretty sure it's coming. I'm pretty sure they're going to do a Worlds Collide thing.
Like tag team warfare.
Don't
they have a thing for New Japan? Like it's like a tag team tournament or something like that? I thought they did. Yeah.
I will say this. Thank God. Thank whatever deity or higher power you believe in. Thank God Moxley was like, no, we're not doing that Stadium Stampede bullshit. Because
anyways, even if they could do the Stadium Stampede, like where would they do that?
If that match would have been some type of Stadium Stampede S-type match, that would have 100% been my bathroom break. 100%. I didn't like no Stadium Stampede so far.
Yeah.
Actually, I kind of like the first one. The first one was actually pretty funny. Jeez. I like what they did with Matt Hardy when they had him change all of his characters.
That was the worst fucking part.
It's the problem is it's just too much real estate to go across. That's the only thing. It's too wide.
It's too much. Okay, so
do you think this match with the JAS and the I'm just gonna call them LAX and the BBC.
That's what it is.
Or BCC. I just call them BBC. Oh Lord. The BCC. Yeah, so I like to call them LAX and BCC. Do you think that this match is going to like lead up to like a blood and guts match?
It shouldn't, because it would be weird to have this anarchy match and then just go into a blood and guts match. It's like you're either gonna have one or the other. I mean, I would have preferred a
That's what's
blood and
gonna
guts
happen.
match. I would have preferred a blood and guts match over this.
Yeah,
because
That's what I
again,
thought they were gonna announce.
it would it would have just made more sense. But we'll get into the predictions aspect more on this match. But
Okay, so before we get off into the predictions, let's get these last little bits at. Before we get to the main event, thoughts on the whole Hardys versus the Bucks?
I mean, it's inevitable.
I do not care.
I think it's a little too late because like we just saw this back in 2017 and it was at an ROH show before the Hardys.
Yeah, their ladder match, that match was fantastic.
That was a fantastic match.
Or did I?
That was at the Supercar of Honor show in 2017 before Mania.
Yes,
I might have watched that match.
Before it was back in 2017. Great match. Great match.
That match seems so familiar. All right. Thoughts on the finals of the Owens, Samoa Joe, Adam Cole, Dr. Baker, and Ruby Soho. I was like,
Well, first and foremost, when we talk about Britt Baker beating Toni Storm, I have to get this off my chest. I hate Toni Storm's entrance music. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it so much. I just do not like it. I do not like it.
Good. No, you know who else entrance music I hate so much too? Red Dragon. I hate it.
What? I actually like their Ring of Honor thing.
Like it's recorded right or something. I don't know.
Oh, you tell me when because that's specifically Kyle O'Reilly's entrance music.
Well, whoever the fuck it is.
I know which one. Yeah.
Sonically, it doesn't sound good to me.
I like his music, but I understand what you're talking about because when the audio hits and you hear the vocals, it sounds distorted. Yeah, I know what you're saying, and I don't like that part either.
With me. But I agree with you with Toni Storm's music. It's not it.
Yeah. So Samoa Joe, as far as in this tournament, Samoa Joe has had the best build in this whole tournament.
Oh, most definitely.
Without question. Now, of course, like I said, the majority of these matches in this tournament, as far as on the men's side, have been good. Cannot complain on that. The women's, on the other hand, they just fly completely under the radar. It should have been way better than what it was. The women's tournament, the international tournament they had a while back was better.
It was half America, half Japan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that actually was pretty interesting. I actually like that.
Outside of half the matches not being shown, but
you had to watch some of those matches either like on YouTube or
the Japan side. You had to watch on YouTube
or the Bleacher Report app. I think. Yeah. Or the BR Live, whatever it was called at that point. Yeah.
But I mean, as far as the tournament, I mean, it's going to serve its purpose, and I'm pretty sure they're going to get better because I'm pretty sure this is going to be an annual thing. I would hope. But I can't get mad at it being the inaugural one. It should be better than what it is, but at the end of the day, we got it. So, and I can't get mad at tournaments.
I kind of hope they make it like into an actual like kind of like pay-per-view or something, or like just like kind of how like having a special, maybe like I don't know, put it like on YouTube or something.
Oh, if it's their version of the King of the Ring.
Yeah, like the version of the King of the Ring. Exactly. Yeah,
that would be dope.
Yeah,
if they're doing it like that. Huh.
Because I miss the King of the Ring pay-per-view like that.
Don't we all, man?
So before we get to the main event, thoughts on MJF and Wardlow?
Wardlow's a made man.
Wardlow took them lashes like a G.
Yeah, he did.
I think a tear came to my eye just thinking about like how I wish I could have taken them lashes like that, man. Just growing up, growing up,
Warlow took
you
them
wish.
lashes. Even that one Spears gave him, and Spears put some mustard on that. Warlow kind of flinched a little bit, but he took that like a G. And
Man,
I also love the loophole they pulled Monday with the ref situation. With
What
Spears
happened?
knocking out MJF, with
oh
MJF
yeah,
being
yeah,
the
yeah.
ref, Spears
Oh
knocking
yeah,
out
okay.
MJF, you had to get another ref to come out.
That was smart.
Mm-hmm.
And then,
That
shout
was
out
smart.
to MJF rocking his HBK inspired ref outfit as well.
Little biker shorts.
All right, so before we get into it, thoughts on this CM Punk and Hangman, especially after the promo they cut, because now Hangman is on this "I'm trying to protect AEW from you" type of crusade, which is interesting. But thoughts going into that feud?
I have loved the portrayal of Hangman out of this whole build. He
Okay.
has looked more like a champion in this instance than he has prior.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, in ring, yeah, you can wrestle, but I mean, as far as outside of the ring, when your presentation, I love the moxie that he has,
Yeah.
and he feels like a main event star right now. So I appreciate that. So kudos to him. Kudos to Punk for helping that build as well. Um, yeah, I'm all for it, and the fans are highly invested in it. This is what I wanted. This is what I wanted for Paige and Cole when they were
Okay.
wrestling.
Yeah, I don't know why that fell so flat.
Yeah, it just felt really fun. I think the way how Adam Cole has been coming off, during that time. I don't know whether the way they're booking it right now. I don't
It was
know.
rushed. They shouldn't have slotted Cole in there that fast. I think what's probably on the horizon that's going to happen for Cole and the Undisputed Elite. I think after this is what they should have waited for to then push
Mm-hmm.
Cole into the title picture.
And
Because
also with this whole Undisputed Elite stuff, I'm kind of over the whole Undisputed Elite stuff right now, especially with the Young Bucks and all that, because they're not the Young Bucks of the old, the Young
don't
Bucks. Go
don't be
ahead.
over it yet. Don't be over it yet because this is for a reason. Think of it like this: all this Undisputed Elite stuff
Mm-hmm.
is all building up for Forbidden Door.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Like
fine.
Undisputed
don't
Elite
even
going up against the Bullet Club. I feel like that's what they're set up to.
No, that's
no.
not. I mean, yes, that's what's going to happen, but no, Adam Cole is going to finally reveal that Bullet Club is coming to AEW under his leadership because Adam Cole never forgot what the Elite did to him.
This is true.
Adam Cole has been playing the long game the whole time, and what better way to do it with your two Undisputed Era mates, Fish and O'Reilly, and you're gonna finally get the one up.
Sorry, Scoot. Let me preface for the people watching. We're not talking about what they did to Cole in being the Elite. We ain't talking about the monster incident. We're talking about Cole being double crossed by the villain as well as the Bucks.
Mm-hmm.
So just keep
Yes.
that in mind. But yes.
And when the plan comes together, I can understand Kenny Omega's supposed to be the savior to be with the Bucks or whatever, but Bullet Club is coming to AEW. And
Kenny's coming back as a face.
Yeah, he's come back as a face.
Yeah, I'm saying because they're gonna beat up on the Bucks. Kenny's gonna come back to be the hero, and we're gonna get Jay White probably gonna stick around for a little bit, to kind of potentially introduce the Bullet Club side to AEW, but we shall see.
Yeah, I definitely see that. Then we get the Golden Elite You know, we get Omega, Bucks, Kota Ibushi. You know, everybody's good. So, hey, we'll see. But you know,
the funniest shit I saw was when they did the 10-man tag, and you know the whole them celebrating that image, talking about they out there looking like the Ginyu Force. Oh my god!
Hold up. First off, ever since NXT Black and Gold, when the Undisputed Era would come out, every time Britt was watching it with me, she would call Undisputed Era the Ginyu Force because of how they would pose all the time. So it's fun. It's funny that you say that people are saying it now because that's what I would have to hear from her.
Oh my
every
god!
Fucking time.
When I saw that image and they was like the Undisputed Elite out there looking like the Ginyu Force,
that's funny.
I yelled because that shit was too funny. But all right, well, I mean, I guess we can go right into these predictions. Jaeger still has a grasp on the championship. He defended it at WrestleMania Backlash with a perfect record. He was perfect.
I mean, does it really count if it's WWE Backlash? I mean, like
we decided we was gonna. You know what? I say from now on, we should only defend this title on WWE's Big Four pay-per-views and AEW's pay-per-views.
We should actually like if we want to maybe do it for Impact, maybe like a Slammiversary or like a Bound for Glory, or something like that.
If whoever the champion is feeling froggy and wants to defend it on a other pay-per-view, then yeah. But I feel we should just do it on the Big Four, WWE pay-per-views, and AEW.
Well, you know what? Fuck it. We gonna start with the pre-show.
Pre-show.
Jaeger. Hookhausen.
You have was mine, Jaeger. Every time I get this damn championship, you take it from me. You have was mine, Heartthrob. And I hope you have as many ladies on speed dial because they're gonna have to come put you back together.
Who you got for the pre-show, Scoop?
Okay. Sidebar. I've never seen Danhausen wrestle.
What?
You have?
I said what I said. I had no interest in this man. He can wrestle, right?
Look, I'm gonna tell you how they did.
You're cursed now.
Scoot, that's fine.
Yeah, you
he can wrestle, right?
Because they were smart to wait for the pay-per-view. Like having Tony just hit him and rock him. Because it's like, yo, you gonna wait. We gonna tease it, and then we're gonna let you go. Yeah, so
Tony Nese watched that man.
Yes.
Okay, because I was like, Danhausen can legitimately wrestle.
It was unexpected for them to go there. I didn't know I thought they were gonna have a legit match, and they went there.
Okay, because
like, you know what?
But I'm going with Hookhausen, of course. I mean,
yeah, I probably would have gone against it to be like, okay, you know what? They're gonna use Danhausen and then have him take the fall, and then have him and Hook have a dispute. But it's like they kind of just finally shook hands and now they're all buddy. So you know what? I'm gonna have to also go with Hookhausen. This is a gimme match for me.
I'm gonna have to go with Hook and Danhausen to win here. I think it's gonna be like, Hook's gonna be more of like the serious in this match, and then you're gonna have more of like the comedy, with Danhausen,
especially with Smart Mark.
Smart Mark Sterling. Like I can't really take this. Like I can't see Tony Nese and Smart Mark Sterling winning this match. Like no.
Yeah.
No, and then with them just bringing Hookhausen together, which they need to make a cool T-shirt for Hookhausen. With them shaking hands, they need to make that T-shirt.
Yeah, because look, Hook is fantastically over.
Yes.
And he may be the only person at this point that can save the TNT Championship. And and I think they need to pull the trigger on that at some point because it's necessary. So let's see that shit happen. Next up, the AEW TBS Championship. Jade Cargill defending her title against Anna Jay.
Jade Cargill's retaining. Like, is there any question about this?
There isn't, because I would love to pick Anna Jay for this, because it would suck for her to have to go in at a second time, but then just to lose. Because here's my thought: if Anna Jay was to win, this would be the perfect time to officially make Ty Conti heel by taking that title off of Anna Jay.
What you mean
and
officially?
establishing
She's already heel.
No, I know,
Yeah.
I know.
I know.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for the fact that it was such a rushed feud, like she came out there to help out, and boom, she gets a title shot. Yeah, it's like,
fucking ridiculous.
Like, okay,
you should have had that for somebody that was already like in the tournament, like established. But it is what it is.
But Jade,
yeah, same Jade. This match.
Oh Lord, both these teams could be doing so much better stuff. I tell you.
At this point, I really want to pick House of Black, but since the House of Black already got the one up on them so many times, that I feel like Death Triangle is owed some type of W at this point.
And that's how I feel too. And it sucks because House of Black should be getting past this and doing other shit. Like, they don't need to lose anything. But at the same time, it's like, how many times are you going to feed Death Triangle to House of Black?
And the only reason why I halfway want to pick House of Black, because I think whatchamacallit is going to finally join them. Julia Hart. Yeah.
I didn't think about that.
That's the only reason why I'm going to pick House of Black. But I really want to pick Death Triangle. I don't know who the fuck I'm so over this feud, by the way.
Me too.
Yeah, I don't even know. Like, there's really not much of a storyline behind this match. Like, I feel like this has been going on forever. And, like, I
you know what? Understand. Fuck it. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. House of Black.
Yeah, I have to go with House of Black also.
I'm going to pick Death Triangle. Just the WWE booking in me.
You know what? I want to too, but fuck it. House of Black.
Yeah, but you do raise a good point with the Julia Hart thing. Yeah. Watch that be the shit that bite me in the ass for this match, but it is what it is. Hardy's in the Bucks.
I don't care about this match. Like, okay, it's not that I really don't care about it. I think it's but like, these teams are like, especially the Hardy Boys, they're old now, like they're not what they used to be. And the Young Bucks, I like I said, I don't really like what they're doing a whole lot right now, like with their whole like Dior, like with their whole like what they're wearing to the ring and stuff. Like, they're not like the Young Bucks of the old, like I said. But if I had to pick it, oh man, this is a hard match. This is a hard match to predict. Man, I gotta go with the Hardys.
So you're picking the delete over the elite.
No, actually, hold. Man, this is hard. If they bring out Matt Hardy as Broken Matt and bring out Brother Nero,
I'm cutting the TV off.
I would actually like seeing that. It's man, I have no idea.
The ship has sailed on that for me.
Actually, come back to me on this match, because I'm at a toss up right now. Man, I have no idea. You can flip a coin on this match, and like.
Yeah, you for this one you really could.
Only so I'm thinking about what the Hardys was saying about they wanting to win tag team titles and blah blah blah. That's the only reason why I want to give it to the Hardys, but my gut is telling me the Bucks.
Mm-hmm.
But I really don't care.
It's hard for me to pick because there's actually pros to both of them losing.
Yes.
And then there's pros to both of them. Well, there's more pros to the Bucks winning than losing, but there's also pros to the Hardys winning just for their legacy alone. So it's hard.
Who won their last match back at the Ring of Honor show? Was it the Hardys that won, or was it the Bucks?
No, the Bucks won, because that's when the Hardys dropped all the belts so they can go back to WWE.
You know what? Screw it. I'm saying the Hardys win. They get their win back.
I'm taking the Bucks on this one.
That's what my gut is saying. Matt and Nick.
Watch this match bite me in the ass. Look,
look, at this point, we don't know. Like you said, it's a coin flip at this point.
Yeah, it's a coin. It's a coin flip.
Dizzle had a good point.
But I'm glad
they both have pros to win, and
I think there's more pros with the Bucks winning because oh man.
Well, the reason I like this is because there are some predictable matches on this card, but the big matches are the ones that are probably the most unpredictable.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna go with I'm sticking with the Hardys for now.
Yeah,
for now.
I'm just with the Bucks.
Okay. Well then, next up is Scoot's favorite match. JAS versus the BCC and Friends.
The BCC and LAX. That's what I like to call them.
Who you got, Scoot?
LAX and the BCC.
I'm going with JAS.
Yeah, I have to go with LAX and the BCC to win here.
And watch the JAS wins. Because the whole time I've been thinking, watch the JAS pull this match off.
I mean,
but we can't have entertainers win.
This is another toss-up. This is another toss-up. But at the same time, again, I'm glad because of the unpredictability, because it can go either way. It isn't a gimme match. It's going to be an entertaining match for sure, but it could go either way. Respectfully,
because I feel like Jericho and Hager, they're going to leave 2.0 dry. Like once they're getting beat up, by the BCC and LAX. I feel like
they could sacrifice themselves. I mean, no. They would sacrifice themselves for Jericho.
Yeah. I feel like that's what's going to happen. Like Jericho and Hager, they're kind of going to dip out. You go like, hey, you guys need to learn. You guys need to learn to do better.
Kingston's Kingston's going to get his get back in some form or fashion.
Look, I'm still sticking with JAS.
I'm LAX and the BCC.
Yeah, that's what I'm going with too.
Yeah, we'll see what Jaeger picks. He ain't gonna know no better. He gonna lose his title anyway, so it don't matter. MJF and Wardlow.
I really want to pick MJF so bad, but Wardlow is just.
Is there a stipulation to this match, or they're not doing this? But
it's
like
one-on-one.
It is the contract stipulation, I believe.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Oh yeah. So yeah, if he wins, and he gets the contract.
Wins, he's free of his contract.
Yeah.
Now it's crazy because AEW does fantastic storylines with stipulations, so it could work either way. But for me,
they have MJF lose 2 pay-per-views in a row.
No, because this build in itself, because this whole build was for Wardlow and they've done their job. There's no point in him losing to get more sympathy because he's already fucking over. He's about to go to his next chapter. MJF's going to go into his chapter, and that's it. Mm-hmm. This match is probably the only gimme match on this card.
You think so?
Wardlow's going to win this match.
Sorry, it's one of the only gimme matches. There's another one, in my opinion, that's a gimme match.
I said in my gut MJF, so I'm sticking with MJF.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sticking with MJF.
Oh wait, it just clicked. Wow, that's bold.
Yeah,
that's bold. Okay, all right.
Don't get me wrong.
Is the crown talking to you?
Who? No, the crown belongs to him. Don't get me wrong. I feel like Wardlow's gonna win, but I don't know. Like, do they have Max lose 2 pay-per-views in a row?
I feel like he can afford to lose this match here. He can
he though? Because you gotta think. Where does Max go from here if he loses?
Oh, there's
a lot of places he can go. Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of places he can go, But where's the credibility at? He lost to Punk in the dog collar. He lost to Wardlow. What's his credibility going to be?
I can't argue with that logic.
I feel like maybe Wardlow should have kind of went like a cheap way, or like, where they protect MJF in a way. Not like a roll up, but like you know what I mean, like
I'm telling y'all this right now. If I lose, I lose. That's fine. I'm gonna just stick with MJF.
Okay. Look, I can say this. Somebody's taking this shit off of Jaeger. I can tell you that. I can tell you that. But yeah, I'm going with Wardlow. Jugs, you got Wardlow too?
Yep.
Okay. All right. The women's finals for the Owen Hart tournament.
No, I think it's gonna be the Ruby Soho. It's gonna be Ruby Soho for Chris Statlander, who's gonna be the match. Because they kind of had that wrinkle in there with Britt Baker and Ruby Soho with that feud already. And
my thinking is,
go ahead.
Does the couple of Dr. Baker and Adam Cole walk away with this?
No.
Or does Samoa Joe and Ruby Soho, I had that rhymed, walk away? That's been my thing. Do they give it to Cole and DMD or Soho and Joe?
I like how you spun that. Again,
because my thinking has been Ruby Soho this whole time.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking also. Like, I feel like Ruby Soho is gonna get her win over to like kind of build up Ruby Soho as a legit competitor and like build her character up more. And eventually, maybe have her go for the. I was thinking maybe like the TBS championship. Maybe take it off of Jade.
Okay. So only because we don't know for sure.
Mm-hmm.
If Soho wins, I'm going for Soho versus Baker. If Statlander somehow pulls it off, then I'll go for Dr. Baker.
Yeah, I agree 100% with that way. Yeah.
I see that. Okay. If Soho beats Statlander, I'm picking Britt Baker. Britt Baker is my pick across the board, regardless of either competitor.
I can see her winning also. Like this is a toss up here also.
The reason I say that is because I predicted something back at a previous pay-per-view, and I was wrong. That's because I was future telling. Yeah, I was future telling, and it showed me the wrong date.
That now.
It showed me the wrong date.
It would make more sense for Cole and Baker to win these.
But Britt Baker, she's already a legitimate, like she's already she already has a name. She already has a name to her.
And that's what my mode of thinking is. She doesn't technically need this.
It's true.
And like both couples don't need it. In the same household, like they both don't need it.
Because I don't think Samoa Joe's gonna beat Adam Cole. Because it's too much.
I feel like there's gonna be somebody who gets involved. I feel like Jay Lethal and what's his name?
Sanjay Dutt and Santam Singh. And then don't forget, you still got the Undisputed Elite who can show up and interfere in that.
It would have been interesting if we would have got O'Reilly versus Cole. I think that would have been really interesting if we would have got that match. Because they had that wrinkle with them, back in. I don't
know. Damn it. Dizzle didn't fucked up my whole thinking.
And look, I could always be wrong. I could always be wrong. It's just the way my mind works, because my mind works another way for the men's. So
the initial Owen winner, would it look best as Ruby Soho or Dr. Baker?
It would look better as Dr. Baker, but
Ruby Soho gonna quit if she lose. I don't know.
Yeah, that's how I feel.
I don't know.
I'm still going with Ruby right now for right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna still stick with Ruby.
Okay. Yeah, I'm still sticking with Rebecca across the board.
But seeing the results tomorrow night, same what happened tomorrow night at Rampage. Yeah, let's see.
Yeah,
My prediction
I'll put a
changes.
pin in this one only because we don't know exactly. But
Yeah.
I think Ruby Soho.
Okay, fair enough. Respectfully, the men's Owen Hart finals. This one's an easy one for me. Adam Cole.
I'm cool, baby.
I had no. I think Adam Cole was my pick across the whole thing. Like since the damn tournament started.
He wasn't at first. At first, mine would have been for Joe, but one thing happened. And it was my old wrestling mind that did it for me. When they had that run in after his match with Johnny Elite, and they started fucking with Joe's arm, I was like, that's it right there. That's their out. He's going to go in all the way, get to the finals, and then the arm's going to become a problem. Now, I don't think there's going to be that much interference, especially from Sanjay Dutt and Jay Lethal and all them. I think it's going to be something that
you don't
not
think
like that. I don't think it's because I think that would put a blip, especially when you talk about Cole. You know, Cole already has a stable. He doesn't need any run-ins like that. I think there may be something that happens minor, but all in all, this match is going to be a full-on match between these two, and then something will come into play, or something will try to happen, but then it'll be like diffused real quick. So it's the sanctity of tournaments, man. Because think about it. Go ahead, Jugs.
And I feel like they need to make Adam Cole like more legit. Like what's the word I'm looking for? More of like
credible.
Build more credible now. You know, because after the way he was, built there for a while, when he lost a while back when he lost to Orange Cassidy, and all that stuff, and then losing that Hangman, back at that Revolution pay-per-view, he needs something, like I said, make him look more credible. And by winning this tournament.
Oh, why did you bring that up? I totally forgot that shit happened with Orange Cassidy. Oh god.
Oh shit. Yo, where has Orange Cassidy been?
He's been with Trent, he's been with has he been? He hasn't been with the best friends.
No, because Trent Beretta even kind of just said, "Fuck it." He just gonna do the whole Roppongi Vice thing.
I was like, yeah, they said Roppongi Vice is back full time. So
yeah,
I don't know where OC has been,
but Adam Cole, baby,
yeah, Adam Cole wins.
Indeed. Now. Three-way tag team match for the AEW Tag Team Championships.
I know who I want to win, but I have a strong feeling Jurassic Express will retain. But I really want Team Taz to take it. But
with the way they've been building up with Keith Lee and Swerve Strickland, I feel like that's the way they're going to go.
They've been my pick too, but since Swerve won the triple threat match, that had me kind of.
Who got pinned in the match again? Okay, was it? It wasn't Ricky Starks.
Yeah, Starks.
Shit, you know what? With my original predictions, I was going with Keith Lee and Swerve. I'm gonna go with Team Taz. They deserve the titles. And
I told y'all earlier, Ricky Starks is becoming one of my favorite wrestlers in AEW. So.
And also could build in a feud between Keith Lee and Swerve. You can have the faces after.
You know what?
Team Taz.
This would be perfect. Because it's already seemed like there's been tension with Jurassic Express. This would be perfect for them to lose and Christian to be like, you know what?
Christian Trinity. I've been hearing a lot of rumors with Christian Trinity.
Yeah.
But now, is it either going to be Swerve in Our Glory or Team Taz?
I think Team Taz because it feels makes sense. They had the baby faces do the chase for the titles.
I'm going to go with Team Taz.
Team Taz should win this match.
They should.
But I'm giving it to Lee and Swerve.
Shit. Fuck.
And I'm not mad at that either because they was my original pick.
Yeah, that's my original pick too.
They've always
triple threat.
It's because I originally wanted Team Taz because this was just a regular a normal tag match between Team Taz and Jurassic Express, and then of course everything started happening. I was like, oh, they're finna slot Lee and Swerve in this, and so then I was like, I originally wanted Team Taz to be the ones to take this, and they should be the ones to win this. I just don't think they are.
I'm going back to my original pick. Like I said,
but there's a part of me that does believe that Team Taz is gonna win, but I just again my other mind is like,
because like I said, with Team Taz, have the heels as the champion, you could build in a feud between Keith Lee and Swerve still, with that feud, and there could be other face tag teams that come in like, and also you can have Christian turn heel on Jurassic Express,
Oh no, I think that's happening.
Yeah, that's definitely gonna be happening.
They do have a lot of
they have a lot of tension going on.
If Jurassic Express walk out as champs, then they're definitely saving it for the Hardys or the Bucks or whatever. But Team Taz.
Actually, I'm gonna get back to Keith Lee and Swerve. Yeah, I'm getting back to them. Actually, yep, that's my final pick.
Yeah, I'm sticking with Lee and Swerve.
Starks and Hobbs, baby. Don't disappoint me.
It still has a nice ring to it. Watch Yeager pick Jurassic Express.
I'll be so pissed off.
Women's World Championship.
Thunder Rosa.
I mean, is there any question? Like, this might be my piss break match, to be honest. Like, no disrespect to anything.
I already told you what my piss break match is.
Oh no, this match is going to be fantastic.
I mean, it's gonna be a good match, but like the way the feuds would build up, like I said, it's really
like the match is 100% anarchy in the arena.
I'm looking at it like this. You think about the pre-show match that Serena had with Riho, where there was nothing. It was like, oh, just throw this match in there, and that match was just amazing.
What show was that match again?
That was
that back at Revolution?
It was one of them outside pay-per-views.
I think that was
Full Gear.
It was either Full Gear. No,
it wasn't Full Gear.
I think it was either All In or Double or Nothing. It was one of those two.
I think it was All In.
It was outside because that's when
it was outside.
I think it's still during the pandemic era.
Yeah. Because I think that's when Cody went against Anthony Ogogo. Hangman went against Brian Cage.
Brian Cage. It was that Double or Nothing.
Yeah. So that one. Here we are, folks. Here we are. Hangman.
Yeah, he's right. It was a Double or Nothing.
Hangman versus CM Punk.
I am going to go with Hangman Punk on this one.
Hangman Punk. Well, here's how I'm going with it. So, if Adam Page wins, then I'm going with Adam Page. And if CM Punk wins, then I'm going with CM Punk. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm trying to think of the what can happen afterwards. And in my head, it benefits CM Punk to walk away with the title than it does Hangman.
And it's also Las Vegas. Can't forget about that.
Because Hangman's title reign has been a little stale, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's been stale until now. I definitely agree. It has been stale. Like the people that he's defended against. Well, at the beginning, I didn't mind Hangman's run, like when he defended against Bryan. But that
You know what?
that Lance
I
Archer match,
already,
I just wasn't a big fan of.
I already feel like I didn't fucked up on some picks already. So let's just keep the train rolling. CM Punk.
I gotta go with
CM
CM Punk
Punk.
as well. Yeah, Punk's winning.
I have.
Did they turn Punk heel?
I don't know.
Maybe not right initially, but I feel like down the line, a heel Punk will be golden. But the way fans are gonna chant his name regardless because he's CM Punk.
Yeah.
Who goes after the title next after? Like who faces Punk? Get Punk wins. Who's gonna be next in line?
If Hangman wins, I don't know.
Yeah, this is why this one is a complete toss up, because anybody could be up next. So that's why, I mean, it's you wouldn't be wrong in choosing either person. But I can't let that happen this time. So I have gone against Hangman, I think, the last 2 times. So
Did you?
I picked Cole when he went against Cole.
Oh yeah, you did, and we was like, why?
Yeah.
You're right.
This time I think I'm gonna get it for Hangman to retain. Punk does make a lot of fucking sense.
Punk's gonna win. It's his time.
It's hard to argue that because of the fact that what's gonna happen. Punk may be trying to get a nice little title reign, get in, get out, and leave it at that. But
champion versus champ. Wait. It's. Oh, never mind. I was thinking of something at the Forbidden Door.
Yeah.
Who's the champion right now for New Japan right now? Is it Okada? No, it's not Okada.
Hold on.
Why is that eluding me?
I'm trying to figure it out. Because I feel like we're gonna get a champion versus champion.
It was Sonata, Will Ospreay, and Sonata. I think it might be Okada.
I think it is Okada.
Hold on. I got you. Hold up. The current champion is Okada.
Okay, yeah. So
Punk and Okada at. That'd be good to watch. Champion versus champion.
it is hard to tell. Yeah, I got to stick with Hangman on this one. It might bite me in the ass, but we're gonna see, man. Hangman, don't you look? I know I went against you a couple times already. Don't let me down.
Yeah, see,
that's
the way that some of this booking has been going. Has been going. A little iffy on some of these matches because some of the booking is a little shaky. You know what I mean? Because I don't know. But that's why I kind of like. I like the unpredictability in this. I like how unpredictable this is.
It's okay, and just for the people watching, there will be a definitive winner, because even if we got to pull a WrestleMania and add some steps to it, we definitely will, because I got them in the bag.
Okay,
got them in the bag. 2 primarily, so it's gonna be a fucking winner. But yeah, that's the predictions right there. Jaeger will either tell us his, or he'll do it in the form of a video. It won't matter because he's still gonna lose. So whatever.
Damn.
Look, this is the challenge. The challenger's hour right now. We all have claims to the title. Some more than others, not to speak, who. It ain't Scoot. But it ain't Jugs.
I deserve it again.
I'm getting a title back. I mean, I had it back at. I got a taste of it back at the Rumble. I need that title back. I need it back.
Jaeger been getting lucky, so we'll just leave it at that. He got lucky at Mania. He got lucky at Mania Backlash. He just got lucky. Period. So, Lady Luck is done stroking his ego.
Because it's coming back home to me. But that's not important. Man, nobody care about your little fancy room over there. It's me.
Yeah, I'm not even going to say anything. I'm just going to let my prediction speak for himself.
Fair enough. It's up for grabs, people. And
it's up for grabs. It's exciting.
It is exciting. But it will be more exciting when we speak about this on Monday, when we recap this shit. So, guys, any final thoughts on anything that we've discussed? Or
fuck it. We said it.
That's a good summary. That's a good way to sum it up.
Justice for Scorpio Sky.
Oh shit! Wait, is that match on the pay-per-view?
No, it's not.
Oh,
that's highway robbery.
And if they add it, we will.
Scorpio Sky.
Yeah.
Scorpio.
Yeah. So there you go. But yeah, other than that, again, like we always say, whether you love the shit, whether you hated the shit, don't forget to rate the shit. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Leave all your comments, questions, concerns down below. Jaeger ain't here, so ladies, don't feel free to leave anything down there for him. You can find him elsewhere. But what is important is that you hit that notification bell. And most importantly, tag that mother effing subscribe button. But I think I have to warm up the bad boy because it's been a while. Because I gotta blow the dust off and give it too sweet to my bros with that bada bam.
All up in there.
But till next time, beautiful mother effers, until you hear these immaculate voices and see these handsome faces, we bid you all adieu. And until Monday, we bring something fantastic like a new champ. Bid you all adieu. And a mother effing tag the fucketh out.
Dollars make a way to make a change. Gotta be insane to make those same mistakes again. So I'm switching lane to lane.